Hi, everybody. You're listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast. It's Wednesday, and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
Wife Wednesday podcast is a podcast that we created as a hobby, and it has now become an exciting journey for self-discovery. ... But really, we're just two women who talk about anything and everything. So come hang out with us. Grab your fries, it's catch-up time. All right, so this week I did some volunteer work through work. We get 16 hours a year to do VTO during like our work hours. So basically getting paid to volunteer, it's kind of great. And then we did the seatbelt challenge at Northwestern High School. I don't know if I should say that, but we did. It's basically a challenge to... You start in a police car, buckled with your hands up, and when he says time, you have to unbuckle. The two people in the front everyone unbuckles. The two people in the front have to get out as fast as they can to open the doors for the back people, because in a police vehicle, you can't open the back doors from the inside. So, and then they run and they have to like answer a question after they spin the wheel, and then they go and they have to put on drunk goggles and do a puzzle, like a quick 24-piece puzzle. And then they came over to another table where there was these goggles that were connected to a phone via app. And there was one person who was texting at one end of the table. Then there were three at the other end who had to try to answer the question. Well, when they read the question, their goggles would go black every so often, because when you look away from the road to text, you're not looking at the road. So it's just simulating like you're not paying attention to the road, you're looking at your phone, whatever. And they have to answer that question. Then they have to run to the other end where the other police car is, get in it, buckle, and put your hands up. And there was a group that did all of that. Like, there's a 2-minute limit on all the stations in case you can't do it. There was a group that did it in 1:34. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Most teams are getting like 3.5 plus to 4. Yeah. And I'm like, you did that? And they also went like 3 times trying to do this. And like the questions change every time, so it's not like that easy. But it was funny watching them with the drunk goggles on, trying to walk around the table like the world is sideways. And then I'm going to do it again with the Career Center, and it's even going to be an even bigger one because it's like 1 million schools put together.
I think that's so cool.
So that'll be so fun. But I've also been very stressed all week. Just with work and doing things at work. Like, I've had 1 million meetings to where I can't like have a day that is normal. Do you know what I mean? Like a routine.
Yeah.
And it was just, I think I messaged you about it, how my routine's just kind of been off or something.
Yeah, and we're routine people.
We really are. And that made me terrible all week. Like, nothing could help my situation, because I think it happened like day 1, like Monday, and it just threw off my whole week then. And Friday, my period started when I was supposed to have one normal day of work. How did I know? I woke up and couldn't move my body. It hurt so bad. I got the boys' dress sitting on the floor of my bathroom, and then laid there until Josh came back, showered, and then said, "Hey, you need to get your coffee and go up to work." Like, I just laid, because my floor was heated, so it felt great. And I'm like, I don't want to move. I hurt so bad. Like,
Aww.
just sorry for all of you tuning in.
White Trash Weekly.
We're outside. Yeah, we're outside recording this week.
We never announced that in the episode. We will.
Meh. But there is White Trash Weekly going on. And as you heard in last week's episode, my nickname is Newsnet Nicole, and I am here for everything. But to continue on, my friend's husband came and installed my ceiling fan, so I no longer have the saggy boob light, dining room light in my living room, which is great. And I finally installed my Ring doorbell and was talking to my son from Zena's house. I
I really hope you guys can hear White Trash Weekly. Um. Oh, I know what we can talk about in the Cena segment. We can talk about our D&D night last week.
That's what I wrote was D&D experience
Yes.
there. I was going to ask you a couple
Yeah.
questions and then I actually have a couple thoughts I want to discuss with you.
We
Because I
had
want to work
yeah.
on building everyone's backstories.
Yeah.
I've been working with Andrew with his a little
Love it.
bit.
So we had our first T-ball practice.
Yes.
And as usual, it's kids. They just kind of do what they want. Like, they were just like learning to throw the ball and hit with a bat, run the bases, whatever. And Josh was getting frustrated because Titus would like run away. I'm like, I literally was in T-ball and I would sit in the field no matter where I was and pick flowers. It's okay. It's just T-ball. But rainy days make everything better. It was super rainy yesterday, and even with my achy body, it was just beautiful. And I felt good only because of the rain. Then this is my last thing. Common courtesy with events. Okay, this is what I texted you about earlier. God bless you. So
Thank
I was
you.
on the phone with someone earlier debating something. And it's not someone I normally like debate with, but they were basically saying like you need to invite these people from this person's work. I'm like, well, I'm inviting these people from the work. I don't really feel like I should have to invite everyone because this person's not friends with them outside of work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which is exactly what I would do if I was doing it. And the person I was debating with was like, well, it's not fair if you only invite these people and not them. I'm like, yeah, it totally is. It's called being an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to invite all of them. And they're like, yeah, it's common courtesy. I'm like, no, this is not that day and age anymore. And they're like, oh, but I'm sorry it is. I'm like, oh, but I'm sorry it's not. Like,
I'm so curious who you had this conversation with.
you know who it is.
Like, I have a feeling, but
it was an elder
yes. Okay.
woman.
Yes.
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 So, yeah, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not paying to feed people that my party, what do you call it, like main event person does not really
know them. Yeah.
like, she does, but she doesn't like, it's not like she would hang out with them outside of work or a work event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I invited the people that she would.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Yes, Sean, when you hear this, you may get the tea from me. I work from home Thursday and Friday. But that's it. Just, I was highly just my side of that. And they were very their side. And I was very much like, you are wrong. And I don't normally say that to that person.
Yeah.
Like, would never. I was surprised that I was even like going in.
Proud
so,
of you.
thank you.
Was that it for you then?
That's it.
So, this past week, I've been all snuffly again, and I think it's just allergies. And, I've been taking allergy medicine for it. And I choked at work again. Like, I had a customer, and then I started dying. And I, like, run back, and I'm like, Barb!
I'm dying.
I'm like, can you? And she's like, yes. And she like runs forward, and I go in the back, and I'm dying. I come back out. The lady is still there, and I have tears going down my face, and I'm like, I'm okay now. I'm like, I am so sorry. And she's like, no, that happens. And when it does, she's like, you can't do anything about it. You can drink stuff. It doesn't help.
Nope.
So at least it was like a nice person.
Yeah,
and,
true that. Oh, I didn't even notice your headband was a D&D.
Yeah, that's from Teresa.
I love it.
Okay, so I forgot to put this in there, but Percy is going to turn
10 years old
Oh my
on Wednesday, 2 days
god.
when the episode drops.
Happy birthday, Perseus.
May 11th is Perseus Day. And I'm having a
Ooh,
hard time because he's 10.
yeah.
And he's starting to look old.
Yes.
And it makes my heart ache.
Listen, when this episode drops, Cena and I will have had our girl night and we will let you know about it.
Yes, absolutely. So this last week was Cinco de Mayo. And
Yes, Queen. It's like the day of us.
I definitely made these chicken, like corn street taco things.
Yeah.
And it was like elote on it. And it was so good. I will literally put it on our page. It'd be like,
Do it.
Try this recipe.
By the way, if you follow us on Instagram, I am sorry. That's it. We've been MIA for like 3 weeks.
Oh, we have?
Oh, yeah. I haven't posted anything about the last 2 episodes. It has been one heck of a ride. Maybe 3 episodes. Yeah. So sorry about that.
So I have personally been playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm now
You
involved
really
with
have.
3 groups.
Yeah.
And it's super exciting for me. And well, I get to DM one, then I'm in a group with my family and Mike. And then I'm in another group with Adric and Mike.
Yeah.
And 2 more of their friends.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's fun exploring this hobby because it combines like my love of writing and story creating into micro doses.
Yeah.
And now it appeases the ADHD gods. It feels like a fall day, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I guess now might be a good time to announce it. I mean, we kind of said something, but we're sitting out on my front porch today, and you can hear the neighbors arguing. We got this little chimney that's going. Nicole and I are really like experimenting with starting to move our equipment since we understand it more.
I really like that bin.
The bit how I just packed it all up in there. Technically, that's Adric and Elaine's, but I put it in my front room for them to take 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
they know where it is.
They know where it
and
is.
If
so
they
it's
want
mine
it
now.
So.
And it
That's
really
how we
didn't
do things.
Yeah. And it didn't take long to set up all this equipment.
No.
So I don't think we need to worry about having a mobile setup. We have one.
Agreed.
It's totally mobile.
I think we just need more mics.
Agreed.
But then we need another
mixer.
Yeah.
We need to
or
get
a bigger
one,
mixer.
Yeah, we need to get one with
we just need to upgrade. Yeah.
Things.
At least 4.
So I'm kind of like going through some like personal stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to tie into our episode today. And just, one of those things, I got Wilmy nose. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm, trying to be like, I'll figure this out. We can figure this out. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Sorry. I'm tired today. It was my first day sleeping in a while.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Pray for my sanity is all I'm saying. And then I know I talk about it all the time, but like I've been feeling extra fluffy because I definitely put back on the weight that I lost while working at Gojo.
Yeah.
And I'm very upset about that. And it's because I'm working an office job.
I think
now.
once you start riding your bike, though.
I know I won't be riding
help.
it to work, but I need to. Now that it's actually getting nice and it's not freezing.
What you need to get is one of those
bike racks for my car.
Well, yes, but I was going to say the wagon thing that attaches to your bike that's like a tent and you can put Percy in there. Like, sorry, Paisley, but that. Percy can do that.
Yeah, he'd be fine in a little tent.
Yeah.
Paisley would rip her way out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then as I added as a last minute thing, I also got volunteer stuff at work. But I get paid for it.
Yeah.
So same thing. There's a town activity